LeBron James refuses to solely blame endgame choke for Thursday loss. The Los Angeles Lakers saw their six-game winning streak disappear after the Orlando Magic abracadabraed their way to a 119-118 victory on Thursday. Franz Wagner sank the game-winning three-pointer with only 2.5 seconds left, stunning the crowd at Crypto.com Arena. It was the Lakers' first loss at home this season. The Lakers shot themselves in the foot in the closing moments, with LeBron James and Anthony Davis missing 4 free throws, including the last 2 attempts that could have sealed the victory. While James acknowledged that the misses were critical, he refused to solely pin the blame on their endgame inaccuracy. "Because it's a 48-minute game, you can't just point to the free throws," said James in a video posted by ESPN's Dave McMenamin. "Obviously, you want to try to close out the game. We had our chances, we missed them. But if you look at the third quarter, we got outscored 29-21. We came out with a 7-point lead at halftime, and they, Magic, took the lead in the third quarter." James finished with all-around numbers of 31 points, including 5 three-pointers, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists in a losing effort. Davis led all scorers with 39 points on top of 9 rebounds and 3 blocks. "There's a lot of game within the game. You can't just point to one thing," stressed the 39-year-old Lakers superstar. "Obviously, you had your opportunity at the free throw line. We didn't capitalize. We move on from that." The Lakers, who only shot 65.4% free throws, will look to return to the win column on Saturday against the Denver Nuggets. JJ Redick says he'll go to a dark place after latest Lakers loss. The Los Angeles Lakers suffered their first home defeat of the season, losing 119-118 to the Orlando Magic in the final seconds of the game. A defeat like this can be very hard to take, and head coach JJ Redick has a unique way to deal with it. Speaking towards the end of his post-game press conference, Redick revealed that he goes to a very dark place, quite literally, as he goes down to his basement, turns out the lights, and watches game footage. "I go to a very dark place. Literally, it's the basement. I turn the lights out, and I watch game film." JJ Redick spoke on a host of different topics during the press conference, which you can read below. "On what went wrong for the Lakers, I'm going to have to go rewatch every possession in the last couple of minutes. Overall, I felt comfortable with our execution up until the missed free throws and the Wagner 3. I would say don't quote me on that, but that's just a general thought right now. I'd have to go look at every possession. I thought we executed our reps. We weren't conceding layups. We had the timeouts. I didn't love the thought process and the mindset when Wagner hit the 3. We talk all the time about our ISOs. We don't want to allow 3s in ISOs. Obviously, late game, especially. The small thing on the last play, we got 2 options on that play, and we got to one of them. Overall, I'll live with the execution outside of the missed free throws and the Wagner 3. On what the Magic did to disrupt them, they disrupted the flow, which a zone can do sometimes. They were having a hard time stopping us. To be honest with you, I don't think it disrupted us for more than a couple of possessions. I know we didn't score for a stretch there, but we got good shots. Those first couple of possessions weren't great, took us back a little bit, and then we were able to execute against it. It was just that stretch there, where we struggled to score. And frankly, we just weren't able to get stops, and if you can't get stops, then you're playing against a man in early offense." On whether this loss was due to lack of physicality, "I thought our guys competed and were physical. Every loss is frustrating. We've had 5 losses now. There's certain losses that you can point to a lack of will, competitiveness, and physicality to start a game. The Phoenix game, and this game, where it comes down to late game, and it can swing on a couple of plays. Frankly, it swung on our missed free throws tonight." The Lakers did have a tough night against what was a very game Orlando Magic team. Despite missing all-star forward Paolo Banchero, the Magic were able to hold on and stay in the game. Despite the strong performances from LeBron James, 31 PTS, 10 REB, 7 AST, and Anthony Davis, 39 PTS, 9 REB, 3 BLK, the Lakers couldn't get it done. Crucially, as Redick mentioned, it came down to the missed free throws late in the game from both LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This loss highlighted the poor defending of the Lakers and how they allow teams to come back late in games despite leading. Things need to improve if they hope to compete for a championship this season. With a 10-5 record for the season, the Lakers have had a decent start and cannot afford to go into a slump now. The Lakers will hope to bounce back on Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as they host the Denver Nuggets in a rematch of their first-round series from the playoffs last season. Wagner hits late three as Magic and Lakers run. Franz Wagner scored a three-pointer with 3 seconds left to secure a dramatic 119-118 win for the Orlando Magic and end the Los Angeles Lakers' unbeaten home record. The 23-year-old German top-scored with 37 points, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds as the Magic took advantage of some wayward Lakers shooting in the fourth quarter. The home side were on the brink of an 8th successive home victory when they opened up a 118-114 lead with 27 seconds left. Wagner narrowed the gap to 118-116 before Lakers forward Anthony Davis missed 2 free throws when he had the chance to put the game beyond reach. The Magic took full advantage, with Wagner's 26-foot shot sealing a 7th win in 8 games. It means Orlando improved to 10-7 and stay 4th in the Eastern Conference. The Lakers are also 4th in the West after slipping to 10-5. Elsewhere, Brandon Miller scored a career-high 38 points as the Charlotte Hornets recovered from losing a 20-point lead to beat the Detroit Pistons 123-121 in overtime. Detroit trailed 89-69 in the third quarter, but fought back to level at 107-107 with 1 minute 33 seconds remaining. Advertisement. But Trey Mann's layup with 3:03 left in overtime gave the Hornets a lead they never relinquished and sealed just a second win in 6 games. Loss to Magic, a reminder Lakers still have a lot to prove. While losses are commonplace in every NBA season, the Lakers' 6-game winning streak ended in a brutal 119-118 loss to the Magic on Thursday night. The Lakers went 2-6 from the free throw line in the final 40 seconds of a game they lost by just 1 point. Every loss is frustrating, JJ Redick said post-game. There's certain losses that you could point to a lack of will and competitiveness and physicality to start a game, and then you're having to fight that, and we've had that in a few. The Phoenix game and this game, where it comes down to late game, and it can swing on a couple plays, and frankly, it swung on our missed free throw tonight. Many will look at Anthony Davis for blame in this loss, given that he went 1-4 from the charity stripe and missed the game winner on the final possession, but it was the series of events prior that hinted at this result. We got outscored 29-21 in the third quarter, LeBron James said. We had a 7-point lead at halftime and they took the lead in the third, so it's a lot of game between the game. You can't just point to one thing. Such a scoring drought might have been okay against the sub-.500 opponents they defeated during this winning streak, like the Utah Jazz and Toronto Raptors. However, the Magic demonstrated that, against top-level competition, such a lapse in execution could prove costly. The Magic were dominant on the boards, out-rebounding LA 48-36. Franz Wagner was at the center of it, pulling a game-high 11 rebounds while also scoring 37 points, including the game-winning step-back three-pointer over Cam Reddish. Orlando is a physical team with players like Wagner and Jalen Suggs roaming the court, and they were as good as advertised during this matchup. They're super physical, Dalton Connect said after the loss. They came out and pretty much from the jump, they were crashing the boards hard, and I think that's something that we got to emphasize in the next game is to crush the boards and make sure we get the ball so we can get out in transition. That's when we play our best. The frustration from a game that would have been a great win but ended as a disappointing loss was obvious. Fans exited quietly after cheering loudly just minutes ago for LeBron three-pointers and some impressive finishes at the rim by AD. Post-game conversations were brief as Davis and LeBron spoke for fractions of the time they have during the recent winning streak. The often long-winded Redick was brief in his post-game thoughts as well. There's no shame in losing to a tough team like the Orlando Magic, who currently are the number 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. But it's a reminder that there is still work to be done in Los Angeles. The tests don't get any easier for the Lakers, though. Awaiting them on Saturday will be the Denver Nuggets, a team that has served as the kryptonite to the Lakers over the last 2 seasons. These are much different versions of the teams that met in last year's playoffs. The Nuggets currently sit below the Lakers in the standings and have not had Nikola Jokic for the last 3 games. But tests come in all shapes and sizes. The Lakers failed one against the Magic, but can pass a big one on Saturday. In doing so, it would make Thursday's loss just a bump in the road during the long trip that is an 82-game NBA season. It is, as some coaches might say, a marathon. Lakers now have perfect opportunity to reunite with former starter on the trade block. The Los Angeles Lakers have gotten off to a great start this season, sporting a 10-4 record under first-time head coach J.J. Redick. The Lakers are getting great play from Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and first-round pick Dalton Knecht. Los Angeles also has the 3rd-best record in the West. If the Lakers can keep up this pace and not fall into play-in game territory, we should expect them to be active at the NBA trade deadline in February. One player the Lakers could look to add to their roster is veteran point guard Dennis Schroder. Schroder has been playing good basketball with the Brooklyn Nets this season, averaging 17.8 points, 6.5 assists, and 3.0 rebounds per game. He's also shooting 44.9% from the field and 41.4% from beyond the arc. Schroder played with the Lakers twice in the 2020-21 and 2022-23 seasons. In his last stint in Los Angeles, the veteran point guard averaged 12.6 points, 4.5 assists, and 2.5 rebounds per game. According to Sam Amick of The Athletic, Nets vets such as Schroder and Bojan Bogdanovic, who are on expiring contracts, are considered their top trade candidates. The 31-year-old point guard is only making $13 million this season, so the Lakers wouldn't have to give up much to make the money match for the veteran point guard. Thus far, Los Angeles is getting quality production from Austin Reeves, but not much from D'Angelo Russell and Gabe Vincent, which could lead to the Lakers making a trade. Russell averages 11.8 points per game on 39.7% shooting from the field and 31.2% from three-point range. Meanwhile, Vincent is producing 2.9 points, 1.1 rebounds, and 0.6 assists in 18.1 minutes per game.